It was for him.
Yeah.
It was a history class. It was like a social studies class. We went age by age to go, all the different empires of the earth, which I didn't understand it in a big scheme like I do now through the Bible. We was this long in Greek. We was this long in Rome. When it came to the Dark Ages, it's two paragraphs.
Yep.
Then it went right over to the rebirth of the Roman Empire.
Renaissance.
Two chapters, 1,000 years, got two chapters. And it basically didn't give no information about it.
Nah, it doesn't tell you what was really
No
happening.
names,
Don't tell
nothing.
you no rulers,
Don't
nothing.
tell you nothing, no references to that.
You get a lesson of Dark Ages. It was bad. People had
There was no
diseases.
light.
Everything was just horrible. It was just in a state of bad times.
Yeah.
Then you go into the Renaissance for 3 months.
Everything is reborn and everything's bright and the light was restored to the
Yeah.
earth. And a bunch of BS you read this devil's history books. But I would, if that's his version of the story, Once I allowed him to tell that.
Yeah, during the Dark Age, you had the Holy Roman Empire. You had you had Jakes that was in Islam, Christianity, Judaism.
Jake was being popes.
Yeah.
They were being cardinals,
Kings.
kings,
The first pope was Jake, right?
Vikings. They had coats of arms. They had royal thrones. All those different kings that's like, King Henry, King Charles. A lot of them, those were Jakes, man.
King James.
King James. They were all Jakes, man.
We got pictures.
Hey,
Yeah.
who said that the other day? I forgot who it was. It's like, man, so you think King James the white man, right? Why would the world accept King James, talking about LeBron James being called King James?
Right.
Because it just feels right in your spirit. Because that's what it is. He really was a dark-skinned man.
There were 4 different, Ireland, Scotland,
Yeah.
and there's 2 others.
England.
England and
France.
France. Yeah.
Scotland, England,
Ireland.
France, Ireland.
Scott means black. More like Norway. More means black.
So hey, that was a time when even though it was a wicked time, but we were still over Esau.
Yeah.
So just notice how we were taking wins and L's, back and forth, man. We always been at a constant war, trying to one up each other, get one over the other, man.
Yeah, at least we didn't pollute the fucking water and air and shit, right? Fucking devils.
Esau say civilization began with him, but we civilized his ass, man.
The scriptures say he didn't even know how to language. He
Yeah.
was grunting and all of that.
Oh
like
yeah,
caveman talk.
Spanish, English, French. That all comes from us, man.
Yeah.
All right, don't get in your mind Esau fucking created that shit. Created them languages. No, Jake did, man.
And even those prestigious universities was created by Jake during the Dark Ages. Oxford, Cambridge,
Yeah.
that was all funded in England back during the time of the Dark Ages, man. All right. But let's segue back with it. I just wanted to make a point to show you that we always been at war with each other, man. And we took L's as well as we won against each other. But the ultimate win, Israel's gonna take. We're gonna take the ultimate win. Esau's gonna take the eternal L, man. All right? Because he's gonna lose this last battle, man. Okay? When he makes war with us, he's gonna lose.
I get it, man.
It's all prophecy.
That's right, bro.
Water.
All we waiting on is that power. Once we get that power, it's a done deal.
Yep, everything gonna fall into place.
Everything is it's an automatic win. You might as well think that when we fight, you might as well say it's rigged.
Yep.
Okay?
Them niggas cheat.
Yeah,
And it is gonna be cheap. We got the creator behind us.
Hell yeah.
As far as man versus
And we
man.
always did that.
Yeah.
Every time we
Every
fought,
time we won, yeah.
we won and we was cheating, but because we had the power though.
That's right. It ain't cheating. If
Really,
that
it wasn't cheating.
Right.
We used y'all got y'all power, y'all left hand power. We got the right hand. That's all it is. Battle from the left hand and the right hand.
Hey,
Well, no,
hey,
it's
scoot back,
It's a
scoot
quartz
back.
crystal.
Nah,
I
we
got
good.
blessed by Jesus last night, so I want to bless back people.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
man.
Just smoking quartz.
Anyway, let's go back now, bro.
Back in Exodus 15, it's like 14 and 26. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen.
Hey, so guess what? When they tried to come down like a flood on Jacob, the Lord released his flood on their ass. Right in the midst of the sea. Right when they came down like a flood, the Most High brought the flood, the literal flood on his ass.
Literally, yeah.
Literally. And flushed them out. Okay? So, going back to Isaiah, when it says that he's going to come down on us like a flood, the Lord's going to lift up a standard, meaning the Lord's going to show his power. He's going to step in with a divine intervention and protect Israel. And this devil's going to see the power, and even he's going to be afraid, but the Lord's going to still put the spirit on him to come against us anyway, because the Most High wants him to fight. That's why when you go to Romans 9, it tells you that. All right?
Is it? Or you still reading?
Still.
Go ahead.
It's Exodus 15 and 28. 14 and 28. Like, and the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel...
And that's a, I don't want to say catastrophic, but what's that big epic event of history. But you just forgot that the Most High did that for us, man. But it's written here to record the history and to believe, to build up our faith, to believe that He was going to do something like that again. Yep. That's the point of why this is in here, and it aids towards your salvation. Because he did these things before, and He's going to intervene and do it again. Okay? It's not for you to not believe, because you look this stuff up and it's possible. Go ahead, bro.
Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw
that cartoon head, that is all the water right there, right?
And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord Yahweh and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. Keep going. It's 15 and 1. Go back. I'm gonna go to 15 and 2. The Lord,
and these other nations, when the Lord comes back and do the same thing, when He shows His power, they're gonna witness this devil fall from heaven, and they're gonna see the Lord's power, and they're gonna fear too. Those other nations, they're gonna be watching from afar, man. All right, and they're gonna know that we are the son of that power. We're the sons of that power that they're witnessing, that's bringing this man down. You know? That's why they're gonna bow to us, man. They're gonna bow to Yahweh Shai, they're gonna bow to His men.
Revelation 12 and 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
The Lord is gonna destroy him. All right, and it's already written how the war is gonna go. You're going to turn from fighting each other in the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Battle of Armageddon, and you're going to try to, when the Lord basically crack down on y'all in the midst of y'all getting it on, the Lord's going to take over. And it's already written who's going to get the victory.
Right.
Get Revelation 17.
And it seems like we're going to lose, because the majority of our nation going to lose, but we still going to receive
2/3 of them.
Yeah. But we still going to assume power after that, though. So that's really a win.
That's why it talks about a remnant.
Yeah.
The remnant is going to be the ones that's going to be preserved, and they're the ones that's going to get that power.
Yep.
All right? They're going to be tried, and they're going to be made white and precious.
Right.
They're going to be tried through the fire, and they're going to be found worthy and precious. You know? And that's when we're going to get that power. And it tells you that it was at Micah, the 5th chapter, how we gonna run through you devils like a lion in the midst of sheep. You know? That's how we gonna do you, man.
Micah 5:8, and the remnant of Jacob, shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off.
Like, cause doesn't that say in going back to the beginning when the Lord had was that Balaam, when he had Balaam tell Balak what the end was gonna be,
Yeah.
and he said how Israel is gonna do valiantly when they bring down all these nations. That's what he's talking about. Okay, we're gonna go back to that skilled warrior
I think in
battle.
the
We're gonna be on battle mode, man.
Yeah, I think in the curse it says they're gonna take our teeth from out our jaws or something like that, meaning we weren't gonna have any power to fight against these other nations. Well, we about to get those teeth back to be able to fight. We read it already about those teeth, about that mighty killing animal that we're gonna become again.
Yeah, that teeth represents the armies, man. That warrior-like battalion, man. I got that Revelation 17.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 17, I'm gonna start at 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, which is NATO.
Yeah, that's NATO. Go ahead.
These shall make war with the Lamb, which is Yahushua, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. That's what you want?
That's the saints. Yep. Read that part again.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
The lamb, that lamb is Yahushua. He's gonna overcome these devils, the beast. All right, that's talking about Esau's military. Those NATO troops, he's gonna overcome them. They're gonna be fighting over there, fighting with Gog and Magog. All right, Russia's gonna destroy America in the midst. All right, arrows gonna be flying in both directions, tearing each other up. Yahushua is gonna come in the midst of that, deliver his elect, and tear up all you goddamn devils, man.
That's right.
He gonna tear your asses up. Okay? Your technology don't hold a candle to the power of the heavens, man.
Right.
Right.
It don't. You forget everything that you see was created by the things that you don't see. You forget about that.
Yep.
All right? That same power is gonna fight you. That same power is gonna fight you, man. The power that created you, you're gonna go up against. Picture that. But go to 2 Ezra 13, because that's why the Lord said He's gonna put it in you to fight anyway. Because if y'all actually came to your senses and really understood if you understood what I'm trying to say right now, you know that this is not that fight that you want to fight.
This is like Mike Tyson in the late 80s, man. You don't want that fight. You don't really want that fight. That's a lot of money on the table for you, but you're not sure you're gonna walk out that ring to get to spend that money. That's what it's like fighting against the Most High for you older boxing fans from the 80s and 90s.
They're gonna remember Independence Day, the movie that came back in '96. Like, oh yeah, we can beat these guys.
Yeah,
we can
Will
beat
Smith.
these aliens.
Will Smith was able to defeat him.
There's gonna be niggas just like him.
They gonna be signed with Esau. They gonna be in the military too over there.
Yeah.
Some Jakes gonna be in them jets. That's gonna get fired on by the angels, man.
Yep.
Them angels gonna kill you niggas too. That's joined to this devil. It tells you that in Isaiah 13. How if you join unto them, you shall fall by the sword. It says the dragon and his angels were cast out, man. If you're a soldier of Esau, you're one of his angels.
Yep.
That's why you niggas, you're done, man. You're toast. Yeah, you found that in Second Esdras.
It's at the top.
About they were afraid, but they durst fight.
It's in the middle somewhere.
It's like in the middle.
Yeah.
Fight, that's what
It's
you
like
want.
no, it's like up in the. It's like maybe in the maybe 6, 7, 8 verse.
Okay.
8 verse. So you can start off a few verses.
2nd Esdras 13 and 6.
Matter of fact, just start when it talks about that great mountain, because that's talking about the same event. Yahushua is coming on that great mountain.
2nd Esdras 13 and 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
No, start at 5.
2nd Esdras 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of a number from the 4 winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo,
Talking about Yahushua, he's gonna come from the heavens, man. All right, the heavens. He's gonna descend with the chariots, with the clouds, man. That's that and those chariots it has some symbolic, man, symbolism. They're called chariots. They're called clouds. It says he rideth upon a mountain. Okay, that's the chariot. Go ahead, bro.
but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
Yep.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Yeah, well, that's describing the size of it. Where's the base of this mountain? I can't find it. It keeps going. It's behind the horizon line.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
They were afraid, meaning they shook. All right, just like they get scared when they see the chariots today. You can tell they tremble, they shaking their boots when they catch those chariots, man.
Yeah.
Hey, they ain't doing nothing yet.
They
just
keeping
there
a distance.
chilling,
Yeah.
They ain't coming close down and messing with
laser
people.
beaming
God.
and what else?
Like when
They staying in the distance, man. They carrying out whatever the Most High got them doing in the heavens. That's what they doing.
like when NASA see their cameras,
Yeah.
see them. Yeah.
Yeah. But Esau, he bugs out when he can't figure out. He just can't figure them out. Yeah, he tries to do studies on them and put out different documents. And even them politicians, they even try to hide information. They don't even want they were for so long trying to hide and keep that information from getting out there about them chariots, man.
Right.
All right, Bush, he tried to say something about it. But what was that president before? him?
HW.
I don't know if it was
Reagan?
Nixon or
Reagan.
No, it was Salakia, not Bush. Reagan. Reagan, he talked about it a little bit, but it was some presidents even before, man. I want to say it was either Nixon or Carter, one of them.
It was Carter.
I think Carter and the FBI was like, nah, don't put that out there, man. He basically had to retract his statements that there was documents out there about extraterrestrial activity out there.
And when a little bit of it leaked, they came up with the whole thing of Area 51, just to kind of keep you know, at bay from what you kind of heard but wasn't sure about.
I think it was at the one of them. I think it was WTO. One of them conventions that all the countries get together. And Reagan was speaking. He said, "What we have to come together to fight against the alien race." All right. Why would he say that? Why would he get up on the podium and display that out to other countries? That's all in one room. If it's not gonna come true. All right.
And why is Trump trying to make his little space army?
Yeah.
Come on, man. They know eventually they're going to have to face the angels of the Lord, man.
Are we back talking about it?
All the wickedness that they doing, they know eventually the Lord's going to come crack down, man. Only right now the Lord is just letting them fulfill his word right now. That's all that's happening. That's why the Lord ain't did nothing yet. Or the Lord is doing, you know, things here and there, you know. He'll raise up a hurricane or, you know, hurricanes and volcanic eruptions and stuff like that. You know, that's, you know, but even with that, the people still ain't getting it. Oh, Mother Nature doing her thing and still not giving the credit and the glory to the Most High.
Your body's gonna have to drop tremendously.
So when people start dying by the thousands, millions, then that's when people gonna start getting the message, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, Doc.
Continuing second Esdras. This is 7. But I will have it's 7. But I would have seen the region or place whereof the mountain was graven, but I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him.
Because that's going to start off in the mountain of Jehoshaphat, basically. Because Armageddon, the mountain of troops over there, where everybody's going to be gathered in the Middle East already. Then they're going to see the chariots coming to the sky. Oh, shit. They're going to stop fighting. They're going to go off and try to fight the Lord when he shows up to the earth. Go ahead.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Yeah, that's the 10 horns, or the 7 heads, 10 horns, the beast, all right, the dragon. All right, that's talking about Esau and his military. All right, all those NATO alliance armies, they gonna fight with Yahweh Shai and the angels. Okay, and they gonna be shook. They gonna be afraid, cause they gonna be getting invaded, man. Cause did not the Lord say he's gonna come like a thief in the night? So he's gonna catch them devils off guard, man. You know? Go ahead, Doc.
Continuing, this 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Out his what?
Out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
And that's that moment when you read 2 Thessalonians, where it talks about how he's going to come with the brightness of his coming. That's how he's going to destroy the son of perdition, the man of sin. Okay? When you go to Isaiah 11, when it talks about the sword, matter of fact, get that, Isaiah 11, because we was going into that in the live show.
Yeah.
Proving that Acts 11 was not fulfilled under the fucking Persian Empire, man.
You mean
Get that in Isaiah 11 real quick.
Isaiah chapter 11.
I think around like maybe 5, maybe.
Yeah. The righteous loins. Righteous judge the poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start at 3. It says, Isaiah 11:3, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord Yahweh, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. It says, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth.
He shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth. Go ahead.
It says, and with the breath of his lips, and he shall slay the wicked.
And with the breath of his lips, and he shall slay the wicked, man. That's talking about when he's coming back, he's going to break in pieces the nations, man.
Yep.
Second coming of Yahweh Shai, man. Not Israel returning back to the land under Cyrus the Great. You jackass. You clown. You nigga. Go back to 2 Esdras 13.
2 Esdras 13 and 10. But only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
That's coming out the chariot.
The mouth, that's the chariot, man. That's what it means. He ain't finna come out and then open his mouth, and then all that fire's gonna come out and start roasting people, man.
Right.
No, them chariots, when they come down, it's gonna let that beam down.
Independence Day.
Like
man.
Independence Day, like War of the Worlds, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, huh?
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, everyone.
This is that war in heaven.
Yep.
This is that war in heaven right here, man.
That goes right. We were reading in Revelation 17.
Come. It's also in Revelation 19. He's coming back to judge and make war. This is also symbolic, talking about that wine press. All right, this is what? The day of the threshing.
This is the literal breakdown of the analogy. Yeah. Wine press. Threshing.
Joel, the 2nd chapter. These are all the same precepts going into the same event. The day of the Lord, man, when the Lord takes over.
Why is it reiterated so many times throughout so many time periods in prophecies and different prophets? Because it's such a big event that's going to happen on earth. It's a major prophecy that has to pass.
And basically the reason why it's so big is because that's finally when the earth is going to make a quick. It's going to be shifted to righteous power, a righteous rulership, a new heaven and a new earth. After all these years of all this corruption and wickedness under the devil, the so-called white man, or the serpent, okay, which Eve, she's always gonna, follow the serpent. They made a pact in the garden. We don't worry about them.
They got a spiritual
when he goes down, she gonna go down too.
They got a spiritual
Yeah, they got a spiritual connect, And she laughing like it's, she gotta laugh about it.
Life partner.
And they're life partners, man.
She gonna think about that all
Yeah.
day.
She go down with him. She gonna be in.
He
She
probably
gonna
wanted
be
to go.
ashamed.
He wanted to go back down here, and she was like, "Dang, we slipped by one time. That'd be fucked
Got
up."
called out.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is 11. It says, which was prepared to fight and burn them up, everyone, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
You ain't gonna see nothing. You're gonna evaporate everything.
What you call it, bro? Instant cremation.
Cremation.
When I saw this, I was afraid.
The angel was Salakia.
Ezra.
Prophet Ezra was afraid because he was watching it 3D. Seeing the chariot just zap shit up.
Hey, you had to hear it too, man.
Yeah.
It was loud. It was real loud. Men screaming. Men disintegrating, blood everywhere. Smoke, debris. This is gonna be the biggest war the planet has ever seen, man. That's why we're not tripping off of you devils when you try to come after us, man. Ultimately, y'all gonna have to face this moment. Ultimately.
Right.
And really, you Edomites here in America, you really ain't gotta worry about that because you're gonna be destroyed by the missiles.
Yeah.
Not one of you is gonna walk off the soils of America. The whole America is gonna be desolate, man. Go ahead, Al.
It's continuing 13. It says in there, 12. Afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry. Some of them were bound, and other some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer.
And that's humble.
Yeah.
The fact that the Lord has given us this knowledge, these prophecies. The world does not have these secrets, man.
Right.
All right. That what we have in our hands, man. The world do not understand. We have the beginning, the present, and the end.
Yeah.
In this book, in our hands, man.
And the full understanding of all of it, how it comes together.
You know? Your professor, your all these different wise men in this world, they can't pinpoint this, man.
I gotta tell y'all something. I was talking to this Jake earlier this morning, and this dude, man, Jake is so lost. Jake just wings everything. Weed smoking Jake has nothing but imagination, has no truth, no nothing. They just, anything that's spiritual, they just wing it because they don't know nothing. Jake went into how all these other books, the Quran, he read all 5 books of major religions and found out that it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He figured out the key to all of them. But don't know the Bible is the one.
Yeah, when niggas say, I read this book, I read the Bible, niggas read like probably one book out of the Bible or some shit.
Right.
A few passages.
When they've been locked up and had a lot of time with nothing to do. But don't get no understanding out of it, is the point. I'm trying to explain, like, no, this is what it's saying. When you say this, nah, man, see, because everything is God. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm done talking about it.
You just move on after that.
Yeah.
Ain't no reasoning with that kind of
So
thing.
everything is God. There is no good or evil. I was like, all right, man. All right, you ready? We leave.
White man loves that, man.
That's the creation of the white man. Confusion. This is why this place is Babylon. Dude is so bugged out, he confused. But anyway, we go back to the point, bro.
I mean, that's just Deuteronomy, the curses, man.
Right.
We'll smite them with madness and blindness.
Yep.
Go ahead,
You got Habakkuk 3?
Come.
Habakkuk 3, I'm going to start at 1. A prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shigonoth. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years make known. In wrath remember mercy. Yahweh came from Teman, and the Holy One from the Mount of Paran.
And why is he coming from Teman? Where is Teman at?
Edom.
That's Edom. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? All right? Which, that's talking about he's coming into the habitation of Esau, because really, everywhere where Esau ruled, that's really Edom. America is Edom, Europe is Edom. You know, Germany, England, all those horns and those different heads of the beast, where all those European countries, that's all Edom.
Hey, South America, America Vespucci, that was a white man.
Yeah.
Central America, Esau ruled all down in there, man.
Yep.
Right? South Africa, Africa as a whole. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise.
Yep.
And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hands, and there was the hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow.
They said those mountains are governments. Right?
The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting.
But it said the mountains, they what? They perpetually bowed?
The hills.
The hills, they bowed?
So there's something about they broke in sunder the mountains or something like that?